Hi, it's Claire Coco, and I'm back. It's been a while. Between traveling to pen shows and a wedding, and it's been a minute. And I apologize for not recording or having a video sooner, but hey, I'm doing it now, right? This video is all about how fountain pens and journaling tell my story. It's been a story that I've been wanting to do for a little while, and I figured now is the perfect time. The month of November flew by, and it was my birthday and our daughter's birthday. She would have been 35 in November. And I wanted to talk a little bit about Alexandra, but at first I want to say thank you to the fountain pen community, to all our pen friends out there. If it wasn't for getting back into fountain pens and finding this amazing community, our daughter passed away 6 years ago in November of 2019. And my husband and I were struggling with her loss like any parent would do. We left Massachusetts and came to our condo in Florida, sort of like running away a little bit. And we're dealing with her loss and everything. Then came COVID. So we decided, well, what are we going to do? We're stuck in the apartment, and we decided to pull out some pens that we haven't used in years. And my husband, Peter, was on YouTube, and he found pen videos. Well, like, wow, we didn't even know that they had, videos and reviewing fountain pens and this whole fountain pen community. So we dived deep into the dark end of fountain pens and journaling for me. And with this community that have embraced us and knows our story of our daughter, now it's time to tell it. So I'd like to talk about Alexandra a little bit. She was an amazing girl. She struggled with addiction. She had to have some surgeries and, of course, got addicted to pain meds. And the struggle was for a few years. She would be clean for a long time and then relapse. And every step of the way, Peter and I were there. I would travel and do whatever it took to help her. Addiction is a disease. I tell our story because there's so many people that are now going through addiction with a loved one, a friend, and it's just so rampant. So if I can tell my story and how we struggled and how we survived, the statistics of even parents staying together after a loss of a child is high. I mean, my husband and I, we've been married for 41 years now. And when we look at each other with everything that we've been through, I look at my husband and I can just see the love he has for me in his eyes, and I for him. And we are each other's best friend. And we did, and we are surviving through this. As I said earlier, fountain pens and journaling are a great way for us to, I don't know, it's something that Peter and I can do together. We found a hobby that we both love. And the reason why I'm chuckling a little bit is because, people have seen some of my videos and they know we have a vast collection of yours, mine, and ours. I have to be happy and not be so sad doing this video. So I'm just going to tell you the story about what I do and the reasons why I do it. If I can help you, if you have questions, please just ask. I'll be happy to. So Alexandra was the type of girl that would always give back herself. She put others before herself. She was working her dream job out in California. She loved it. She was working in a rehab as the chef there. She was doing all the cooking. And she would also go out on calls and help people get into detox or into rehab. She just gave back. We would talk to her every single day. And she was so happy we were coming out to California for her birthday. And we get the phone call that she had passed. And we will just never know why. Because we talked to her the day before and she was just very, very happy. She was clean for over a year. And it's something that from time to time we still struggle with. I can tell you, like I said, journaling has helped. I write things down when I'm feeling blue. Another thing I have, I'm just going to pull it out right now because I have it in this drawer here in my, I keep it with me in my room, and I call it the dream journal. If I have a dream in the middle of the night that's about her, if it's a silly dream, if it's a sad dream, I put it here. And I tell you, go back. And sometimes, I struggle a little bit with some of the dreams, but it feels good to write them down. So journaling through sadness, journaling through happy times. If a happy memory comes up, I want to journal it down. So that's what I do. Now, the other thing that I'm going to show you is some pens. And that's where the stories come in. Now, when I purchase pens, most of my pens for me have to tell a story. And I have 5 pens that I'm going to go over and show you. And people have seen on Instagram how I made a design and that I absolutely love. For rickshaw, I got these printed, and I have all kinds of sleeves, pen sleeves, pouches, and it's in honor of Alex. Alexandra loved elephants. Now, as teenagers and young adults do now, they get a lot of tattoos. I wasn't happy about her tattoos. Now it's like I look back and, you pick your battles. I let the tattoo things go a long time ago, right? But her love of animals, I got her a pendant. I got her an elephant pendant, and she had that tattooed on her ankle. I got her a Ganesh, and she wore that pendant all the time. And of course, she had one on her arm of a Lord Ganesha. And so now when I see pens that remind me of her or remind me of something that we did together, I have to have them. So can't wait to show you the pens. And I want to talk a little bit more about Alexandra. One of the stories I'm going to share with you is the time that I took her to Disney World. She was probably about 1.5 years. And she was riding the Dumbo ride, and she said, Mommy, up, down, up, down. I want to go on up, down, up, down. So for the longest time, she never said elephant. She just said up, down. So we would kid her around, and as she got older and we went back, she would tease me she's like, I want to go on the up, down. I'm like, Alex, come on. Those are like all the fun times we had, all the trips we used to take. When Peter and I had to travel on business, we'd always took her with us when we could. And so we had some fun times with that. So those are the things that I look back on, the pictures and the stories, and I can write them down in my journal. I'm journaling. And I just want to be able to share that with you. So let me reverse the camera and let me show you some pens that have meaning to me and why they were made. And I'll be right back. We have 5 pens that I'm going to talk about, and as you can see, there's a little bit of a theme here going. Elephants, Lord Ganesha. In fact, this is the pendant that she used to wear all the time. It's a little damaged, and eventually I do want to get it repaired with some mother of pearl. So if anybody out there knows a good jeweler, a silversmith, let me know in the comments below. But yes, I would like to repair this pendant of hers. She wore it all the time. So the first pen I want to talk about is this pen here I saw it at the DC Pen Show, and it's hand painted over ebonite, I believe. I just fell in love with it. The elephant, the mother elephant with the baby elephant, it really, really spoke to me. And it's absolutely stunning. I was just like, I have to have it. I got this Lotus and indelible pens. Ben Rivera is really a very nice guy. He's a great guy. I love Ben and his wife, Belinda. And when I told him the reasons why I wanted to buy the pen, they were like, oh my, that's just unbelievable. So then I went to Kirk Spear, and you know how Kirk can do engraving on nibs. He engraved an elephant on there, trunk up, always has to be trunk up, right, for good luck. So I saw it and I had to have it, right? So that's pen number one. And then I'm gonna go and I'll tell you what they're inked with and do a writing sample after that. But let's just look at the pens. Scriptorium pens. Her name's Renee Meeks, and I'll have all the where I got the pens in the description below in their website, so you can take a look at. Alex used to wear, I got her an elephant pendant, and I had a picture of it, and I sent it to Renee, and she did the roll stop on the pen cap. I'm part of the DC Pen Group, and they were talking about scriptorium pens and all the beautiful work that they do. She does custom work. So I contacted Renee and I said I would love to have a pen made for my daughter, in memory of my daughter. And I got to pick out the resin. Now this resin, the colors in it, it's called Alexandrite. I mean, come on, I had to get it, right? Alexandrite. And I thought it came out beautiful. It has a great nib on there, a Bach nib, double broad. And I'll go over more of that afterwards when I go through the pens and the writing samples. But it is just absolutely, you can see the colors in the pen. Beautiful. And look at that roll stop. The next pen, which is a Grail pen, Peter and I are at the DC Pen Show, and it's the first time I'm meeting David Oscarson. And Peter's like, pick any pen you want. And at first I was looking at the stars and the moon because I like that, the celestial ones. And all of a sudden I see it in the case. And my husband knew which one I was going to pick. He just wanted me to do it. So this is the pen that I picked out, the Lord Ganesha. It's absolutely stunning, beyond stunning. Yes, it's a little hefty weight, but you know, take off the cap. I think all the weight is in the cap because that's pretty heavy. And Alexandra she wore the Ganesh all the time, and never took it off. And I'm like, this is the pen that I want. And the Lord Ganesha is a translucent saffron and opaque white hard enamel with gold vermilion. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Again, with an 18-karat gold nib, and it's just beautiful. Now you know why I had to get it. The last two pens look a little familiar as far as you can probably tell who did them. Ariel Kullock does an amazing silver overlay work on Mont Blancs, Pelikans, Parkers, to name a few. So a friend of mine, I'm going to call her out on this, Allison, she says she knows my love of elephants and saw that Ariel Kullock posted a pen on elephants. And of course, it's like, I have to have it. And this is the Mont Blanc 149 silver overlay, and I told Ariel that my only criteria is that if you can do some, trunks up, because that's good luck. And it's just, his work is just unbelievable. It stays inked. This is one that stays inked all the time. It's on my desk. And I just absolutely love it. It writes beautifully, and I couldn't be more thankful. And I will, again, the one, it has a medium nib on that 149. Now, I talked about my design that I did. I collaborated with a designer. I told the designer exactly what I wanted, and we came up with this design. I wanted the family of elephants, the baby, the mother and father, trunks up, with the fountain pen. My daughter Alexandra also loved writing. She used to journal, and I do have some of her journals. And I can remember as a little kid, Mommy, can we go to Staples, please? And I'd say to Peter, she wants to go to Staples. You know what that means, don't you? Just to even try to get her out of Staples. And of course, we'd go to Staples, and she would, I want this pen, and can I get these markers? And I'm like, okay, fine. The love of writing. I mean, if you have children, please have them write. That we have to bring writing back. It's a good thing. And so this is how the design came out, and I absolutely love it. Well, Ariel, I saw that Ariel was doing other works and stuff like that, and I said, Ariel, do you think you can do my design on a fountain pen? And he said he can, and wanted some discretion with it. And I'm like, sure. And then this is the pen. Look at that. Okay, my design on a Pelikan M1000 with his Damascus work on the back of the pen. And it's absolutely just stunning work. And it's writes beautifully. I have a fine nib in there. Pelikans have the 18 karat gold nibs, and it's just beautiful. Now, here's the question. I can have it this way with the fountain pen up in the air along the clip, or it can be like that. It's it doesn't matter. Either way, it's beautiful, right? Just absolutely love it. See, and then trying to get it to, whoops, and then that's the other thing, whoops, I did again. There we go. Well, of course not. On camera, you're going to give me a hard time, right? There we go. Let me show you some writing samples and what I inked the pens with. By the way, I love this little book weight I got from Good Made Better. And you can, if I'm outside and the wind's blowing, I can put it there. Right now, I'm just going to put it here because this flap on the journal gets in the way a little bit sometimes. But I do love this journal. I'm using Wonderland 222 dateless journal. I don't want to feel guilty about journaling if I don't journal every day, and I like dateless. And then I could write a few pages, or write one page or half a page. So anyway, so let's go on to the writing sample. The Wonderland 222 is 2022 Tomoe River paper, and it's beautiful. I heard that the new one's for 2026. It just is good too, so I'll have to try that out. But I have a few of these journals. Okay, so the Lotus pen, the mother and baby elephant. It has, like I said, a Yovo number 6 nib, and by Kirk Spear. And I'm using Jacque Herbin Stormy Grey. This is the ink here. That's what I have in there. It's a nice, it has shimmer, but With J. Herbin inks, they're not overly shimmered, so ever so slightly I may see a little sparkle in there, but you know, that's okay. That's okay. I just really like the way this matches up well with the pen. Now, I promise I will do some live writing, but I kind of wanted to give you the information about the pen and what I have it inked, and then I'll do some writing afterwards. The quote that I wrote with this here is, "There is no love or devotion like that of a mother for her child," by Vicki Reese. Scriptorium pens. Alexandra's Jewel. That's what I named the pen because it was a piece of jewelry that she used to have, and that's what I made the roll stop. I had them copy it and make the roll stop for the pen. But that resin is just when the light hits it in a certain way. There you go. 14 karat gold Bach nib, double broad. It's a really beautiful nib too. The ink that I use in here is Ferris wheel press, Sugar and Spite. There it is, the Sugar and Spite. Pink shimmer. I mean, look at, you can see the shimmer from here. Isn't that unbelievable? Great shimmer ink. Family is everything to an elephant, just as it should be for us. That's a wonderful quote. I love finding quotes to fit whatever I'm doing. Sometimes journaling doesn't have to be what's on your mind. If you want to find, if you're feeling something, and you're like, okay, maybe what I'm feeling, maybe I can find a quote that will go with my feeling. Sometimes I have songs in my head and I'll just write a few lyrics of a song. Just, you know, write. Writing is great. And then we have the David Oscarson. And in this pen, I used the Mont Blanc Chinese Blue. It's a beautiful ink and it matches, I think it matches pretty good to part of what's on the Ganesh. You know, I asked David about, you know, if you go to David Oscarson's site, he has a YouTube video there about what the process in going into the layers of colors and in the, you know, how each color is layered. Each color has the temperature is, some of the colors are done at different temperatures, and it's just, the pen is just really gorgeous. So as I said, it was a translucent saffron and opaque white hard enamel with gold vermeil. 18 karat gold broad nib. And, you know, just look, even look at the section. It's so pretty. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Beautiful quote. Next pen is the Mont Blanc 149 Ariel Kullock Bespoke Silver Overlay Elephant Design. 18 karat gold medium nib. You know, as Mont Blanc nibs are, they're beautiful. And it's just, I'm just really, I look at my pens and they just make me happy. And I can smile and think about Alexandra. And I know she'd be happy with all this. She always wanted me to get a tattoo, and that ain't happening. So this is the best I'm doing. I'm putting tattoos on pens, right? And the ink, of course, I have in here is Iroshizuku Tsutsuji. And my husband said I would be butchering the name, but that's the way I say Iroshizuku. Tears are words that need to be written. That's an amazing quote. And yes, if something's bothering you, get it out and journal. Lots of times, if I can't sleep at night and something's gnawing at me and on my mind, I journal it because it's getting it out. And it does help. I swear to you, it does help. And the next pen is, of course, the M1000 Coco's Elephants. and the 18 karat gold fine nib with pure pens. Now you can tell that I use this ink a lot because look at the bottle. It's, you know, the ink is about down to here now. I'm going to have to get some more. I love their inks. Black Pool Rock. And these colors Alexandra loved. I mean, again, here, take a look at the pen. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I just love it. And, you know, it writes perfectly like a Pelikan should, right? There we go, finally. And some people shine too brightly to ever be forgotten. Another beautiful quote. Let's go on, and I will do a little bit of writing so you can see how these pens do write. I wanted to get this part out of the way earlier. So let me go and do a writing sample. Mother and baby elephant. And believe it or not, I'm going to use the same quote with all 5 pens. So that way you can see. And I may speed it up a little bit afterwards because you don't want to see me writing this 5 times absolutely very slowly. So you're in for a treat. Let's see. Let's go at it. So here we go. And there you have it. Live life to the fullest and focus on the positive by Matt Cameron. There was a book that Alex loved as a child. It's called I'll Love You Forever. We would always say it to each other, and lots of times in a text back and forth. And I would say, love you forever, I like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. And yes, Alex, you'll always be our baby. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment. I will answer. If you have any questions at all about anything, please leave a comment below or message me on Instagram. All the information about the pens will be in the description below. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up here. I do appreciate it. I do this for fun. I like to share my knowledge and share my pens. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. And as I always say, ciao for now. Bye-bye.